Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever y'all joining me from. Thank y'all so much for stopping by the live stream again. I mean, really, man, I say that all the time, but I'll never take this for granted. Shout out Jacob Tanjay and Michael Beat Your Life, man. The next time I see you, Michael Beat Your Life, the dinner's on me. And Jacob Tanjay, if I ever meet you, dinner's on me. Because you guys have been working, man, just silently behind the scenes, man, for about 2 years or longer, man. I can't repay you. Shout out to my old heads. There's Jabraz, Kamal, Cisco, Rodney. I love LaChina. I know Jeffrey Todd and all those guys are on here. Man, we've always got a topic. And today's topic is keep it simple. I was going to say keep it simple, stupid. The cheat code for living in the Philippines. And we're just going to talk about some things. A lot of us, we overthink this place. You know, one of my biggest haters, he's a Filipino P fan. He's a Thad, because I'm gonna talk about the Chads, the Thads, and the Brads. Not a whole lot, but he's a Thad. And he says, I don't know why you vloggers make it seem so complicated in the Philippines. And I said, well, I'm not one of them. But he's right. It's not that complicated over here. The peso's back up to 56.16. Now, last night, guys thought I was tripping, like I got back on the bottle. No, it went down to 54.73. I mean, it dropped. Michael Beat Your Life said it was a blip in the system. I don't know what it was, but it went down there for about an hour or two. And then it shot back up to normal. But yeah. Hey, Ace, what's going on, brother? I'm glad it's back to where it's supposed to be because, man, Michael Beat Your Life had said it was going down to 54. And I said, man, I hope you're wrong. But yeah, it straightened itself back out because I was talking to Orville Hendrick, and he's a money guy. He knows. He started checking his sources. He said, Cal, I don't know what's going on. He said, it's funny. Yeah, that drop was scary. See, we don't talk about that. All we talk about is inflation. What if that dollar hits rock bottom over here? Has anybody ever said, well, what are you going to do? Well, you're going to get on a plane and get the hell home is what you're going to do. I'm not going to struggle over here in the name of love. I'm going to have to go back until things settle out. But I hope everybody click that link that I sent you last night of that movie, Filipino Dream Girls. I got to give credit to Kaz. He sent it to me. He said, hey, have you ever seen this movie before? It was made in 1991. Filipino Dream Girls, a romance tour. And, as much as things change, they stay the same. If you've never been to the Philippines and you think about coming, man, you need to watch that movie. I mean, it just bears witness to everything I say because I'm not a genius. I'm not an expert. This has been going on long before I was born. Imagine in 1991. Now, the guy, I'm going to just say this one thing. He takes the Filipino to the restaurant, and guess what she tells him? Oh, I've been here before with another foreigner. Well, what did I tell y'all? Don't deal with Filipinos who dealt with foreigners before because that's what you're going to get. But I'm not going to give it away. Go on there and watch that movie, man, because you're never going to see an updated version of that. People in the comments are like, oh, why don't they make an updated version? Yeah, right. With human trafficking and the Filipino tourist industry is not going to go for that. They're going to shut that down. Okay, you see what they did to the movie that was, what was the name of that movie? That was it last year, 2022, where the plane crashes in Mindanao and they're surrounded by terrorism. The Filipino government said, no, You can't play that over here with the Me Too movement and all that. But it's an eye opener. Those characters are exactly what I see over here. Those are a bunch of Brads, okay? Because there was no Thads on there. Thads are the black guys. Brads are the older white guys, out of shape. Then, of course, y'all know what the Chads are. They're the Justin Biebers. They come over here. They think that women only want them for their good looks or DNA. That's the memo they got. Because I got some pushback on that, you know. In my humble opinion, I said, my humble opinion, this is my perspective. I said that Dumaguete is the most difficult place in the Philippines to meet a woman boots on the ground. And in there, I said, here's my exact words. I know you hear people say, don't lead with the wallet. I'm one of them. But sometimes we don't have a choice. Because, you know, the typical foreign over here, he's 62 years old. He's out of shape. He's declining. Okay, we're not 10s over here, guys. You're in a delusion. Okay, and the only reason you're here anyway is because of the money. Because she don't have any money, or she doesn't have enough to make any difference. But these guys, they come for me when I say stuff like that. They say, oh, don't listen to Calvin. Yeah, don't listen to me. Because they don't want a guy like me to have an opinion over here. They're the only ones whose opinion matters, right? They don't want me to have an opinion. All they got to do is make a YouTube channel and put it out there. But yeah, they're in denial, guys. Okay, yeah, I would tell you, don't make it apparent. Don't be so blunt with your wallet. But that's why you're here. Okay, don't be any kind of denial. And some guy says, oh, I've been married for 9 years. Okay, so what? I can be married to a Filipino for 9 years standing on my head. I did it. For 10 years, buddy. You ain't done nothing. Get her U.S. citizenship, because he says, oh, she's got a green card. Well, get her U.S. citizenship. But it don't mean anything. These guys are the exceptions, see? When I come on there and I say something like that, oh, they get hot. I'm not over here. My Filipino wants me for me. Okay, maybe now. But in the beginning, she didn't. She wanted your wallet. But, you know, you're always going to get the pushback. But them Chads, Thads, and Brads are over here, guys. Be on the lookout. What's up? That's my buddy Ace Purnell. See, he's not out of touch with reality. I think he's 80 years old. He's got a beautiful 50-year-old Filipino, whatever it is. I don't think she's with you because you dress sharp, Ace, because Ace is a sharp dresser from Vegas. I met him several times. He's the real deal, but he's not out of touch with reality. He knows his best days are behind him. He's not going to win any Mr. Universe contest. Oh, yeah, Ace. Well, you in there for the Sinulog, buddy? But yeah, I saw when Nick Saban retired. That's big news over there. I mean, even me, who really doesn't keep up with a whole lot of sports anymore, it shocked me. I wouldn't want that job. It's going to be like the guy who replaced Bear Bryant. You better keep on winning, buddy, because if you don't, they're going to get you, man. You're going to be out of there. But the reality of the women in Dumaguete and a lot of places over here is they're just not interested in us. They want a better life, but they feel that they can achieve it on their own. They don't need us. They don't want to be with an older man, old enough to be their grandfather and all that. There's nothing wrong with it, but y'all have to understand, we have the women, we've got our core of women over here who said, I'm selling my soul to the devil for whatever reason. These are the ones that date us. These are the ones that's on the dating site. Because one guy says, so how am I supposed to meet women? Like everybody else does on the dating site. Don't let them fool you. 99% of the guys you see them walking around here with a woman on their arm, they met on a dating site. And if they didn't, they're lying. Some guy, I met man in the feed store. Yeah, well, how many of us need to be going in the store looking for feed? He's the exception. Okay? Y'all are crazy, man, really. But there's no hope, really, for a lot of guys. You can't help them. And I'm just telling you what's going on around me. I'm a vlogger, but you're not going to shut me up. That's what they want to do. It's a Brad down there. That's the only videos he makes because they can't come up with their own organic content. So he'll start talking about everybody else. Now all the vloggers is expert now. Shut up. You over here for the same reason we are. They always want, they different. Yeah, that plane. The Filipino tourism department said, nope, you won't show that over here. But it's a good movie, guys. I'm not going to give it away. It's really a good movie. And I think that y'all should check that out. Okay, it was 2023. Okay. Yeah, he says I'm a 10 out of 30. See, I'm not out of touch with reality. I just try to give information, man, that's not going to be phony. Okay. They're selling dreams. You heard Michael Beach Your Life say it. They're selling dreams, but not me. I'm giving you a real life scenario. All you got to do is look in the mirror, because this next video that I do for my members only, and it's really going to be members only, I'm going to give you the nitty gritty. I'm going to tell you what's going on, man. A lot of guys who are in their right mind, because I wasn't in my right mind when I came here. But I'm balls deep right now. Okay, with a daughter, the house and all that, right? But there's more and more men who are bypassing these Filipinos. They're saying it might be a better choice somewhere else. With all the drama, with all the headache and all of that comes with it. Maybe, just maybe, there's someplace closer to home, guys, because y'all getting reeled in. See? Y'all don't want the facts. This is what he said. Mangina's, yeah, getting curled up when Cal speaks. They don't want to hear the truth. You can't help them. I seen a video today about a Filipina, why Filipinas give she's saying pussy, but the two S's is a dollar sign. I don't know if YouTube's going to pay her for that or not. They certainly wouldn't pay me with a title like that. The real truth. Right. Hey, Happy Man 6920, what's going on? King Arthur. Yeah, it's okay, Jacob, right. He said, okay, it's not the pension. It's their good looks now. And DNA. Remember, they won't have children, and so that they can win beauty contests and become actors over here. Go up in Angeles City and other parts of Olongapo and Pampanga and see all the mixed kids that's up there that's struggling. They're not in the movies, okay? They're not winning beauty contests. They're starving because people like that, these Chads that come over here thinking, oh, they want me for my good looks and my DNA, they leave them over here. So that's the facts, okay? It ain't all that old dreamland stuff. They want to be the exception, but I got news for you. She's not the exception. The woman sitting next to you is not the exception. You can think that all you want. No, I don't listen to them. I'm just saying that whenever I make a video like this, all I said was one thing in there that got this guy fired up. And then he brings up the video about the bar girl. Well, how do you know you're not married to a bar girl? That's just being petty. They nitpick and being petty. They don't have anything else to say. They're going to find something. They're going to dig up something to try to shut me down, but they're not going to do it. They don't want me over here with an opinion, guys, okay? I'm just telling you the truth. These Chads and Brads and even some dads over here, these black guys who hate on me, man, they think they're the exception. Oh, listen to him, the women over here, they want you for this and want you for that. Yeah, well, you can believe it if you want to. See, hey, Purnell says you're absolutely right. So new Luke, no, not yet. No, it isn't there. I know you're probably gonna be there. If anybody is in Cebu right now, you come into Cebu in the next week or so, just know that the Sunulu, the week's festivities start Monday, but the traffic's already started in Cebu. I mean, it's millions of people going to be there. It's like the Carnival in Rio, the Mardi Gras in New Orleans. Make sure to go ahead and get your hotel and Airbnb accommodations now if you can, because they're going to be fully booked or they're going to be twice as expensive. And then 1 or 2 days before the Sunulu, they cut all you're not going to be able to, they cut the internet and the phone service off and all of that. But have fun, guys, because it's a blast. I just don't like all them crowds. I got caught up in it in 2010, man. I mean, I was literally swept from downtown where it started at that time all the way back to where I had to catch the ferry. And I didn't have no choice. I mean, I was in the middle of a sea of people. I'm talking about we were this close together. You could not move 1 inch either way. And wherever they went, that's where I had to go. What's up, Mark? Silky Brown says they're manipulating the U.S. economy to make people believe things are good. They plan to collapse the dollar this year. Well, I thought it was, man, I'm going to tell you something. I thought it had started last night. Truth Seeker says, so everything you said in your earlier videos is a lie. No, just starting the conversation. I'm saying this to say I made the video about Dumageddon. In my humble opinion, Truth Seeker, because you're not seeking the truth when you're on here being petty. It's one of the most difficult cities in the Philippines. So meet a woman, boots on the ground, I'm saying. And I said, I know we'll tell you, or people will tell you, myself included, to not leave with your wallet. But for some of us, we don't have a choice. Okay, probably you. You're one of those guys who don't have a choice. Okay, no matter how old you are. That's why you're in the Philippines. You got the memo that the easier, softer way is over here. So you get on a plane and come over here because don't nobody want you at home. That's the facts. You know that all you got to do is bring your pension over here and you got a chance at meeting a young and attractive woman. Okay, that's the facts, okay? So no, the truth is, guys like you're probably a Chad, Thad, or Brad, you want to shut me up. You don't want a black man to have a voice over here because if I leave YouTube, who's left? Who's left to talk about the Philippines over here and what's going on and all that and give you boots on the ground information? Nobody that's worth your click, okay? And that's a fact. They're over in the United States somewhere. They're not over here. And if they're over here, they're afraid to speak their mind. Yeah, that's right. I'm being real. They don't like that. Hey, Secret Wars, what's going on? I certainly wasn't in my right man when I got here, but now it's too late. I'm balls deep. That don't mean I can't help you if I can. He said, keeping it real, Cal. That's why we love you. And Ace Parnell just happens to be a white guy. It's not about race. To them it is. But to me, it's not. Anybody ever comes to my meet and greets, hell, the majority of people there are white. But they don't want me to have a voice. They want to put the dog whistle out there that I give too much advice. Because they know the Chads and the Brads, they're not going to listen to somebody like me, even if it helps them. So he gets on there and says, oh, don't leave with your wallet. You ain't got no damn choice but to leave with your wallet. Yeah. Sigma Enigma says, hey, Cal, you going to have a meet and greet when you turn to the Matrix? I am, if I want to come to Louisville, Kentucky, but I may have it in Chicago. That'd probably be a central location. Because I know a guy messaged me, well, he emailed me, he said, hey, Cal, I live in Detroit. He said, I'm coming to Philippines. I think he said in March. If I miss you, he says, when you get here, I'll catch the train to Chicago. Because I'm thinking that when I was coming from California, LA on the train, I'm almost sure that we go through Detroit to get to Chicago. We went damn near everywhere else. What's up, Mo? I am Boontalk, brother Cal. He says, I'm headed to Cebu in a week's time. Oh, wow, man. Now, remember, the Sunulu's going to be going on when you get there, Mo. Y'all, I hope you got your accommodations already set, because you're going to come into, it's going to be locked up, guys, in Cebu next week. If you don't want to deal with all of that, the minute you land, you may want to get out of there and go to wherever you're going. But if you stay in Cebu, just know it's going to be locked up. It's going to be hard to get a taxi. I mean, y'all don't believe me. Anybody that's ever dealt with Sunulu from Monday, or probably this weekend, all the way to next Monday, which would be the 22nd, you're not going to be able to move. It's going to be a grid, man. I mean, a madhouse. I don't know if I'm going to be able to have one in January, Mo, because the place that I have, they're doing some construction work there. If it's finished, I'll have it, because it even seemed like they wasn't even selling food, was they, Maryland? It takes forever to get a order of fries at that place. Yeah, that's a good idea. Cisco International. He says, I'll be in Cebu next Wednesday, but I'll be in Boracay Friday through Monday. Thomas B said, question, Cal, would you suggest I wait to get to the Philippines first and then meet someone online as opposed to meeting them online before I go? Thanks for all you do. The odds are going to be better in your favor. You're not going to be in some delusion. You're already going to be here, boots on the ground. It's going to be easier. You can be able to pick out the fake ones, because now you can say, hey, I'm here, meet me in Robinson Mall or SM or whatever. But don't get it twisted, guys. No matter how much I talk about the dating sites, only because guys don't know what they're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get tricked on that. That's where we meet our women. That's where I met Marilyn. That's where I met my ex-wife. That's where I met all the good women I've had. And that's where the guys that you see with these nice looking women and everything is, hunky-dory, as they call it. They got it on land. These guys aren't coming over here meeting these women boots on the ground. Unless they get lucky and somebody introduces them to a woman or something like that. Because every Filipino doesn't deal with foreigners, guys. But we do have our small segment of society over here that does. That has the flashing red light on their head. That said, hey, I'll date a foreigner. Otherwise, a lot of them, man, they're not interested in older men. No matter how much money you got. They want somebody closer to their age that has everything in common with them. We have nothing in common. We're making it up as we go. Okay? Cedric Giles said, hey, brother, you ever crave a smothered pork chop or butter beans or collard greens now and then? Absolutely. But Merlin made some navy beans. They call them white beans over here. Was that yesterday or the day before? See, so every now and then I'll get some soul food, man. Because Maryland will cook, there's only so many ways that you can cook, pork, chicken, beef, fish. I try to stay away from fried food as much as I can, but I don't starve over here, man. I don't know about guys who say, oh, the food over there is no good. It's because they're talking about a lot of the cultural foods. We don't eat a lot of cultural foods here. Or when they do, I don't eat them. I'm not going to try to shut down their culture. I'm not going to try to reinvent the wheel. I just say, hey, you know, Maryland she makes great tuna fish. Okay, so I'll toast the bread, make me a tuna fish sandwich, cut it in half, hell, and I'm ready to go. I keep it simple, guys, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, he says, have you ever tried to get Marilyn or her mom to cook something along those lines? Well, they do. They cook Filipino soul food. Okay, come over here and taste her mother's adobo, and she puts her foot into it. Okay, but you can get it any way you want. Hey, Earl Caddy Boxer, thanks for putting this on, Cal. Sup, y'all, from Makati. Robert Dame says you can stay in contact when the phone service is shut off by using walkie-talkies. Yeah, good luck with that. Well, they shut it off. You know, there's a grid. They just disable it. You can't use your cell phone for security reasons because all the big stars and the politicians and the VIPs, everybody's going to be there. You know, and if they're going to try to do something crazy, it's going to make it harder if you don't have any Wi-Fi or anything like that. But they haven't had any problems in 15 years, man. But who's to say? I don't know. But when you're talking, excuse me, millions of people in one area like that, anything can happen. No. The way you ask the question, Truth Seeker. Okay, I'm not stupid. I'm 60 years old. I've been around the block a few times. Maybe if I could hear you the way you're asking it, but obviously I can't. That's the problem with social media. I'm only reading your questions. I'm not hearing you. Okay. So I'm reading it. There's no reason for you to ask that question. I told you that the Chads and the Brads come after me whenever I say something about money and Filipinas in the same sentence. They're in denial. They think the women want them all for their good looks and their DNA. No, she wants you for the same reason they want everybody else. Okay, so if you want to be in denial, go ahead. Yeah, but not to the extent as it is over here, Clint Dow. You're right. But not to the extent that we have to over here. Because over there, we've got some options. Okay, it's either the nursing home or the motherboard. Okay, don't be in denial, guys, over here. This is what I'm trying to tell you, but a lot of us are. We want to hold on to that. Oh, she wants me for me. Well, maybe years down the road, you know, when you spent all your damn money, you've already raised her up to a level that she could never dream about. Why wouldn't she love you then? But from the moment you step off that plane, there's no woman in her right mind, in her prime of her life, 20s, early 30s, going to deal with a 75-year-old man unless money's involved. Okay? But here's the flip side of that. The ones of us like Ace Purnell, me, Cornelius Mack, who say, hey, I don't give a damn because I'm already established. I don't care why you with me. Okay? When you get to that point, then you can make it over here. But a lot of you guys, you can't make it over here because you can't get to that point. You can't let go. You're out of touch with reality. Yeah, I don't know who it is, and you know, I'm just saying, guys, that if you're listening and you're paying attention, the Filipino bloggers, they don't represent and speak for all Filipinas, but they're about as close of a representative of the women that you're going to deal with over here than you're going to find anywhere else. Okay, but I'm giving a part of my video. But no, I'm just saying that that's what she put. If I put that on my title, YouTube is not going to pay me. I may get a warning. Okay. Yeah, they want to they want to be in denial. But let's get to this of keeping it simple. That's a cheat code in the Philippines. First of all, when you come over here, I don't care if it's your first time or 10th time, have a good time, man. Don't overthink the Philippines. There's nothing complicated to the Philippines other than the languages, the many languages and dialects that's being spoken over here. Okay, that's the first thing I'm going to say. The reason I came up with this topic today is this. A subscriber, man, he's so afraid of what's going to happen to him over here. I mean, he's paranoid. He's thinking about canceling his ticket for next month to come over here. And I'm like, why? Whose videos have you been watching? Because guess what? He sent me a video. Philippine Truth and The Real Philippines Truth. And I'm like, why are you watching those videos? They're going to scare you to death anyway. Okay? He's who influenced this topic today. All right? Because there's really nothing to be afraid of. Filipino people are not going to bother you. They're going to welcome you with open arms as long as you stay in your lane. You're not Christopher Columbus. The colonial days is over, but you can't get that message to people. They come over here and they think they want to run the Philippines. They can run the Philippines. They're capable of doing it on their own. The last good man in Jersey says, if you have a good message, you'll have haters. Stay true to you. Absolutely. That's all it is, But they're afraid to make a YouTube channel because they're cowards. It's easier to sit behind there and just throw darts at people. Well, you're not going to shut me up. Yeah, this is a case of, blame the black guy, and you saying it pisses them off because it's true. Wrong Ross says, you're a Jim, Cal. Old Dog and Geo gives you the watered down version of the PI. Keep up the great content. Well, they're brads, but I'm not knocking them because it's hard to maintain a YouTube channel as long as we've maintained these channels and they keep growing and thriving and everything. But those are brads. They don't want me to have an opinion. See, early on when I first started, and I didn't realize the damage he was trying to do to my channel, somebody asked Old Dog new tricks on one of his live streams when he used to have live streams. They said, what do you think about Sunshine Shoulders? And here's his exact words. He said, I think he's okay. He just gives too much advice. That was a dog whistle to his followers because most of his followers are white guys. They're Chads and Brads. Okay. And they're not going to want to listen to me. Imagine that. But that's what he said. I've never said anything negative about him, and I never will. But that's what he said. That was his exact words. I give too much advice. But that's exactly what he does. Okay? All I'm telling you is what I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. They take that as advice, and then they try to throw it back at me. Well, okay, if I've been over here 15 years, why can't I give advice to a man who's never been over here? See, they're trying to discount my knowledge over here. That's what they're trying to do. But anyway, for many people, the Philippines has been their first international trip. It just goes to show you that it's really not complicated over here. Get out of your head because we will complicate it, guys. We'll make it a whole lot worse than what it is. Here's how simple it is, really. There's only 3 major airports that you can fly into. Now, they say you can fly into Davao, but I've never flown into Davao. I know I know they've got certain routes where it takes you to Singapore, and Singapore goes to Davao. But for the most part, it's 3. Even if it is 4, that's it. It's not like you're flying into the United States where, hell, every city has a major airport. You're going to Clark, Cebu, Manila, or Davao. You know, let's give it Davao. 4. That's pretty simple. There's not a whole lot of decisions you have to make when it comes to that, guys. You know, that's what I'm saying. Keep it simple. I never say it's easy here, because easy is subjective. Because some people have the damnedest time over here in the Philippines, and I don't understand it. See? But yeah, we're back already. Some people have the damnedest time over here. There's only one currency over here. Don't overthink that. It's the peso. So whatever currency you're using, you're only going to change it over into the peso, because that's all they take over here. I would, keep it simple, and if you can't bring any pesos with you, get $50 or $100 when you get to the airport, nothing else. Well, it should be working. What's up, G with Productions? He says, what? Oh, Doug always gives suggestions. Advice. I know, but I'm saying, guys, they want to discount me. They don't want you to think that I'm really got any knowledge or really sound advice. So they'll keep on parroting that bullshit about the bar girl. I said it's okay to marry a bar girl. I never said that. I said bar girls make good housewives. That's the name of my title. Okay? That's to get you to click on it so that you can see what I'm talking about. That when those bar girls get off from work, I'll say this for the last time, and they go home, they put on the short shorts and the skinny jeans and the okay blouses and all that they wear here, you cannot tell the difference between them and the woman you met online. Okay, here's the real nitty gritty. It's not much difference, guys, okay? Because it's sex for money, all right? The woman's online, she's selling herself to the devil. She sold her soul to the devil by getting online. She knows what's going to happen when you get over here. Now put that in your pipe and smoke it. But these guys are in denial about that. You can't tell them apart because they all have the same unique qualities that we've fallen in love with. They go to the same okay shop. They went to school together. They go to the same cathedral. They eat the same foods. They speak they got that same little sweet, innocent accent that we love. Okay? That's the point I'm trying to make on there. And they know it. But they try to discredit me because they don't want me on here. And then they've got some Filipino bloggers that go right along with them in the conspiracy. But I told you. Well, I don't say anything about his channel. Okay, like I said, it takes a lot of effort, and you can't just get on here and create a following. You got to have something to talk about for 3 years. I've been on here 3 years. I think he's been on here for like 5 years or whatever it is. And Gio, same thing. You can't knock those guys. I'm not going to knock them. But they silently try to knock me whenever they come up with because it's 2024, I'm not going to hold back anymore. They try to discount me. They have panels and stuff. Even the guys over in Thailand and different places, they have panels. And they act like I'm invisible over here. Like I don't have a following, a major following. And I have nothing to say about the Philippines. So they don't invite me. They don't do anything like that. It's like, oh, he's irrelevant. That's bullshit. Well, he says, and I said this on my video the other day, Ozzy. He says, I'm also surprised how the Filipino men are just as happy us dating Filipinos and no hard feelings. And I'm going by a Filipino cop I was talking to and still found me 1,000 pesos. It's because he knows it's all financial. He doesn't take it personally. He knows that his high school sweetheart is only with you because of what you can do for her, the money and all that. Okay? Since nobody else is going to tell you, I'm going to tell you. That's why they don't care. Why should they care? There's Filipino men all around the world dating our women. They would be hypocrites if they felt some kind of way. Do you realize, man, how many Filipinos work outside the country? The OFWs, they're like heroes here. They're not just over there working, they're intermingling with the locals and different things, getting married. They're doing more than just sending money back. Hey, Willis Boykin, thanks for that super chat. He says, some men inspire us. Some women inspire all women to be housewives. Some men, yeah. Well, you know, I'm just trying to give you guys as real of a scenario as you can possibly have without selling you a dream. The Philippines is what it is, guys. I don't have to build it up. For the people who can handle it, it's a great place. But if you can't handle it, if you come over here with that superiority complex and all, it's not good enough for you and all that stuff, man, you're not going to make it over here. You know. Hey, train to live. Thanks for that super chat. He said, thanks for your perspectives, Cal. I met a mature couple during my first trip to the Philippines recently, and now they're planning to introduce me to a solid Filipinos for my return trip in 2024. Yeah, that could be a good and it could be bad. It's good because you don't have to go through all the riffraff on those dating sites. Okay? But it could be the same. Maybe she still has a profile on the dating site. See, this is what you need to find out. Even though you're meeting them boots on the ground through an introduction, she still may have a profile on the dating site. So that'll give you an idea of her thinking, what she's thinking, guys. There's nothing wrong with it, okay? But just don't be in denial about it like a lot of these guys are. Their woman's not with them for money. Their woman's the exception, and they're the exception, man. You know what the odds is of that? It's like lightning strike in the same place twice. It's like you hitting the Powerball twice. You in denial, man. That woman, I don't care how old you are, what you look like, what your job is, how intelligent you are, what type of DNA you got. It's your damn money. That's why she's interested in you. I mean, damn, how many times I got to say it? And I can say it 1,000 times. It's not going to change the fact, or I can keep quiet, and it's not going to change the fact. But there's only one currency, guys. So spend about $50, $100 at the most at the airport. Because the taxi driver doesn't take pounds, he doesn't take Australian dollars, Canadian dollars, US dollars. He only takes pesos. That's pretty simple. It doesn't get any simpler than that. Also, the signage is in English. And a lot of people can carry on a conversation with you over here. There's no need to panic. If you get lost, you can ask somebody for directions. If you're confused which way to go, somebody can point you in the right direction. It's really simple over here. That's why so many guys have come over here. This is their first international destination, and they haven't had any problems. But this guy, he's paranoid. He got to the point where I stopped talking to him. I said, I can't reach you. I can't get through to you. He's an Australian guy. He's, of German descent, but he's Australian. And, he's a fairly nice looking guy. He's young, a lot younger than me, but man, is he paranoid. I'm like, who you been talking to? And he sends me the videos, and I'm like, no wonder why you think everybody over there wants to scam you and this and that. I'm trying to convince him, look, man, you still on planet Earth. Human nature is what it is. Okay, it's just it's simple as that, guys. It's what it is. Also, when you come over here for the first time, what time is it? Travis says, what time is it? What's up, Cal and Sunshine Shows community? How simple can this be? It's either Grab or the taxi. Really, that's really the only serious uh, choices you have when you arrive in the airport. Those cars sitting out there that want to charge you an arm and a leg, you want to stay away from those. All the people with those signs that got the little plastic placards that'll show you how much it costs to get from here to there. No, you download the Grab app before you get here, or you hail a taxi out front. You get in line and you catch the taxi. It's that simple, guys. Keep it simple. Don't overthink this place. That's why I like it. I'm a simple guy. Okay. Also, deciding on a hotel or Airbnb, man, that's not too complicated. Okay. It's not too complicated. Vince Lawson said, guys, just know you're most likely in love with the culture, not the woman if in the first relationship. And join a yoga class or some where you're around women and they can get to know your character. No, they're in love with the pussy. They're not in love with no culture. But you're right. You're 100% right on this other one about joining a yoga class, going to church, go to the same restaurant 3 or 4 times in a row so they'll get to know you. But that ain't, yeah, no. It's not no culture. It's sex. All right? I'm not afraid to say it. Guys are afraid to say whenever you say sex and Philippines in one sentence, it's controversial, but it's the facts. You're not over here for nothing else initially. Like I said, you got 2 choices at home, most of us. Assisted living or the motherboard. That's at home. So you got the memo, hey, there's an easy assault away in the Philippines. Let me try that. So you come over here. And a lot of guys don't have a problem with that. They say, what? I got to pay for everything? Okay. I'm going to have to pay at home, they'll say. The nursing home's expensive over there. I know. I worked with seniors for 16 years, every single day. When you check into that nursing home, they take everything. They run your life. You sign a, what they call it, when man, my mind went blank. But you turn all your decisions and everything over to them. They was giving my cousin $40 every month. Took his house, all his possessions. Okay. But you're right about that. The second part is 100% right. Okay. If you're going to be over here for a while and you want something, you want to take your shot at finding something other than the dating site. You go to school or something like that. Okay. But just going around, but it's going to take you a long time, guys. Because I told you, I've been here almost 5 years, man. People are just now warming up to me because we got a bad reputation over here, a bad reputation. You think you just showed up? Like I said, we got that Christopher Columbus attitude, like we discovered this place. Man, this thing's been going on for a long time. Look at that movie that I sent you the link to. Filipino Dream Girls, a romance tour. Look at that movie. And it might as well be today. It's the same thing going on. Not changed. Hey, Le Sal. He says, salute from France, Cal. What would you recommend for a French guy who is not retired yet and want to bring a Filipino in France? Thank you. Well, just get to know her. That's all I'm saying. Make a few trips over here. Lil Say, is that a little side? We're in too much of a hurry. That's all I'm saying. That's why it ends up going bad, or you end up choosing the wrong one. Why do you think I made the video about the first relationship doesn't work? Who wants to argue with me that it doesn't? And just because you see somebody that does, that's the exception. Most of them do not work because we're in a hurry. You know, we come over here on one of them dry spells, okay, and that's all we want. Yeah, ain't want to fall in love with no culture. You know what we come over here for, Vince? Come on, man. I'm shocked at you for saying that. Yeah, we fall in love with the culture eventually, but that's not the first thing we fall in love with, guys. But yeah, just get to know them, man. Make a few trips over here. Get on the bicycle and ride, because the first woman you meet over here is not the one that you probably want to give that visa to. And remember, I'm just telling you, these long distance relationships are not easy. These intercontinental arrangements, that's what you're going to get into. Because a guy made a comment on one of my old videos that popped up today. He said, some of these guys are married and in a long distance relationship. Well, can it get any worse than that? You already pulled the trigger. You already responsible. You're married and you're still in a damn intercontinental arrangement. Man, it's crazy. But we won't listen. So that's what the suggestion I would give you, Lil, is come over here several times. And if you think you found the right woman, man, think again. You know, keep coming around her friends and her family. Just don't rush. What are you in a hurry for? That's what I want to ask, guys. Hey, North Side of Dallas, thanks for that super chat. He said, went to Japan for culture, still got love bombed. Yeah, you're not going to, hey, we didn't come over here with a culture. There's a very small, it's so small that it's not even negligible. You can't even detect it, of men who come over here just for the culture. But there are people who come over here to work, go to school. They're married. They're gay. They're looking for a man. They're not looking for a woman or an adventure. But the other 98%, Vince, is for the pussy. Okay? I'm sorry. Project X Woodworking said, Cal, do you think Cebu is still a first landing spot? It is. You really can't go wrong with Angeles City and Cebu. I put Angeles City above Cebu simply because when you fly into Clark, man, you don't have all that traffic. It's a brand new facility. And what's waiting for you up there, if you're looking for an education, is there. I mean, you know, it's a smaller area with more expats. People discount expats. It's out. You don't have to hang around them, but you can take their counsel. See, if you're one of those guys who don't want to listen, because that's what I was talking to with Michael. Okay. I said, men will listen to everybody else but another man. And another guy who sent me a video of a woman, she's got a pretty good channel. I think it's called the Good Housewife or something. And he was extolling on the virtues of her channel. And I'm like, well, what is she saying any different than what I'm saying? But it's just coming from a woman. So they give it more credibility. Y'all won't listen to me. Imagine Alan, and this is what I told him when he sent me that link to that woman's channel. I said, if you don't think I'm playing, Alan's been following my channel from the beginning. And he still sent the woman 5 million over here, sight unseen. Because we're not going to listen to another man. Oh, he's hating on me or whatever. R68DVR says 2 or 3 nights on Walking Street will break a newbie in. It will, man, you know. But we're just talking about it not being such a culture shock. Because you can actually fly into Angeles City and not even go to Walking Street. Walking Street is a spectacle. That's really all it is. That mall, that Clark SM Mall, is more of an attraction to some people than Walking Street. But I know what you're saying. You're right. He said, Cal, can you send that movie link again? Just go on my community page, Frank. It's on there. That's a great movie. I'm not going to give it up. You watch it. And it might as well be today. That's the same thing going on. It was made in 1991. It bears witness to everything I'm saying. I never saw the movie. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing over here, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. It's no different than what's on that movie. Because I didn't invent the circumstances. G Wick Production says American Girl in Cebu and in Clark and in Manila. I'm going to take my first trip. I'm planning on February. I don't know what you're saying. Are you in a, I don't understand what he's saying. Yeah, I mean, I've got a grown channel. We can talk about this respectfully and without being nasty. Ryan Masterson said, yeah, indeed, the P for sure. I don't know anybody else who doesn't come over here for that. Even if you can't perform, you want to look at it, okay? Even these older guys who can't do anything, you know, they want to see it. Like I said, it's better than looking at that damn motherboard. Mark Fox said, my first one worked. I was just passing through, had no intention of meeting a chick. Happened to meet my missus studying in Macy D's. What's that? 10 years later, we just celebrate our anniversary. I mean, happy anniversary. Guys, it works, okay? But staying married to a Filipino who wants to stay married, it's really not hard to do. I could do that standing on my head. I'm not taking anything away from your marriage. But the only reason the marriage really works is because the man is all the way in. You're all the way in. That's why. She don't have to be. You're all the way in. You're 100% in. You're in love, you know, you pussy whip, you everything. That's why it works. Because you going into it with nothing in common. It's on the job training, you know. And those relationships work because the man wants them to work. Northside of Dallas says the women are very competitive in Asia. I was learning the language, then dated after I could speak more fluent. And some people choose to do this. I want to learn enough, which I am, to be respectful. But I don't want to be fluent because they talk about us over here. Okay, and I don't want that. That's what got the man killed not far from here. He knew what they were saying about him when he refused to buy them a beer. First of all, if I'm in that, you know, I'm 8,000 miles from home, man. I don't want any trouble. I'm not trying to be a tough guy over here. This is a message I'm trying to give you guys. I hope y'all hearing. Sometimes you gotta know when to fold them, man. You know, you don't have to have the last words. You don't have to be the tough guy. These guys were drunk. They asked this man simply to buy them a beer. Here's 120 pesos. I'm out of there. He said no. Probably, you know, had some choice words with him, and he heard them talking about him, and he could understand the language. Well, he gets up, because there's no telling how many he was drinking, and I'm not blaming the victim. I'm just telling you how to avoid that kind of stuff. And the guys are drunk. The guy pulls out an old rusted 38 and shoots the man in the head. I mean, you know, he lost his life over some bullshit, man. I didn't come all the way over here to lose my life for some bullshit. I could stay at home and lose my life over some bullshit. I'm not going to do it. So when you learn that language, you better know, man, that they're going to talk about you. And if I don't know what they're saying, it's not going to hurt my feelings. But if I know what they're saying, it's going to hurt my feelings. You know, It's going to make me angry. I'm going to be ready to argue. I'm just human nature is what it is. Let's keep it real with JC. Says, I went to Davao Oriental, met my Filipino girlfriend. Had the best time ever. I love that country and its people. Yeah. Now, how long have y'all been together? Because I'm not saying you're going to come over here and 2 weeks later it's not going to work. Okay? Ask Michael Beat Your Life if he's on here. Ask me. But I like to get other people's perspective besides mine. He'll tell you because he wanted to be the exception. We're in love. It's going to work out. I hope I'm not like that. He's with somebody else right now. Hey, Mo, he said, you encouraged my first trip to the Philippines 2 years ago. The day after I arrived, I went to a gym in Cebu. First Filipino spoke to me was at the gym, one of the top 35 supermodels in the country. Wow. Now, did y'all start dating or is it just a conversation, Mo? We're talking about most of these guys, the women that they with now, I mean, if you're honest, probably, I don't know about you because your situation was different. You kind of did what Vince Lawson said. You joined a free diving school and you was there long enough to meet somebody. Even though you was with somebody else when you met her, eventually that's how y'all met. It wasn't on a dating site, right? But you had time to do that. And you're not just the average guy, okay, first of all. But yeah, most of us, because I know you met the one you took to that place online. It's just how it is, guys. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't understand why there's a stigma to that. How else are you going to meet a woman 8,000 miles away? He's Jacob Chester said the exchange is inequitable. The P isn't worth it. But see, this is what you're gonna have to make up in your mind. Okay, this is the conscious choice you're gonna have to make. Okay, because if you're listening, if you're paying attention, okay, to those Filipino vloggers, they're telling you the game over here with the women that you're going to be dealing with, not all Filipinas, because these women are basically the same type of women you're going to be dealing with. All you got to do is listen to them. All they're selling is sex. That's all they're putting out there. I'm not doing it. They're doing it because they're telling you the truth. They know that that's what we're coming over here for. But some guys, after a while, they say, hey, is that all that you bring into the table, sex? I want a little bit more than that. But then you got guys who saying, okay, keep it coming. I don't care if that's all we got in common. Okay. But you're one of the two. But some guys say, I want a little bit more than that. And after a while, they're like, man, I may have to just look somewhere else for a woman then. Because that's all you want to do. That's all you're bringing to the table. I think I'm going to look in Brazil, or I'm going to look in Colombia, or the DR, wherever, or Ukraine, because it looks to me like all y'all want to do is reel us in with the sex. And, I want a little bit more than that. Oh, you're welcome, Lil. I don't know how to pronounce your. He said, thank you for answering, Cal. Followed your advice and ended up a 1 year long distance conversation. Now I'm looking to get my boots on the ground next spring and look for a good woman over there. Yeah, if you're going to get online, just come over here and get online. Your chances of meeting somebody certainly go way up. And if you got the balls, to get out there and get rejected a few times, you can meet women here. There's some barriers in the way. I'm not just yapping on here. Women here are very shy and bashful. Did you see the interview that I did with the young lady, man, Joy, the other day? I had to go. I didn't even want to, I don't edit my videos, but I had to edit it to turn up her voice. She was so shy and bashful. And then some women are embarrassed for you to be walking up to them. You're 62 years old. Your stomach's hanging over your belt. You smell like a pack of Marlboros. You probably ain't used deodorant since you've been here in the Philippines. You need a haircut. And your clothes are wrinkled. She don't want to be seen in public with you all in her face. There's some barriers that we come across over here, guys. You know, I'm gonna do a live stream Wednesday about not Wednesday, Sunday, about personal hygiene and how important it is anywhere, but especially over here. Okay, you don't think it is? Well, I ain't gonna tell you the movie, but you're gonna see I'm telling the truth, guys. You know, we think that we're better than Filipinos over here and that they don't have any preferences and everything. Wait, I gotta get my charger, guys. Hold on. You know, even if she will accept you like that initially, pretty soon, once she gets to know you, she's gonna tell you to take a bath. She's gonna tell you your breath is stinking. Or to put on some deodorant. If she cares about you. But yeah, that long distance relationship, he had a conversation. He hadn't been over here because that's all it is. Why put yourself through that? But at least you didn't come over here and, you know, wrap your arms around her and she give you the tune up and mesmerize you like these women are capable of doing. Then you have to go back home with your tail tucked between your legs, thinking about that every night on a loop in your head. You can't get no sleep. You're trying your best to get back over here, but you know you don't have vacation until 12 months later. At least you didn't go through all of that. And then, or maybe get married and be in a long distance relationship. How bad is that? Guys come over here and get married and then go back and be in a long distance relationship. Man, some of you guys, you can't help. But keep on listening to these Chads and Brads over here. These Christopher Columbus types. They think they're the ones who discovered the Philippines. And colonial days is still in effect. And they run in this place. Keep on listening to them. And when they tell you, oh, he don't know what he's talking about, don't listen to him. These nuts. Now, I don't even know if this is true or not. But he's always on my live stream. He says, Cal married a bar girl 28 years ago. We're still happily married. She has blossomed over the years. She's a respected RN who worships the ground I walk on. Cared for my parents. I lucked out. No, you didn't luck out because a lot of women are doing that to take care of their families. They really have no other choice. They've gotten in a situation. Okay, doesn't mean they're not good women. I don't know who. See, we're so full of ourselves when we come over here. Okay. That we think that our shit don't stink. And this is the problem we have. We think we're superior. You're nothing in your home country. If you was, why would you be over here sniffing behind some woman? You know, but we come over here and we want to put women down and put people down over here. That's what gets me. This is what the Chads and Brads do. They got you thinking that when you get off the plane that you're better. And you end up getting flipped upside down, losing everything you got because you don't see eye to eye with people here. We're still on planet Earth, and walk a mile in those women's shoes. Don't say what you won't do. Don't say what you won't do. But congratulations, man. You know, your example says exactly what I was saying on that video, but the Chads and Brads, they want to try to discredit me and say that I'm telling guys to marry bar girls. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you have no idea who you're dealing with. There's not much difference between the bar girl and the girl you met online. You can fool yourself. Okay. He was saying McDonald's. Okay. Mickey D's. G Wit says, I've met 3 girls since being divorced, one from Manila, one from Cebu. One from Clark. Okay. Well, that's 2. Vince Lawson said that's why the first relationship don't work, because the men fall in love with the pussy. Okay. Not the culture. He says, not knowing that most of the women will all do the same thing. The women we meet, because they already have an agenda. If she's on that dating site, she's part of that agenda. You can already know what she's thinking. Okay, but it's a very small amount of women on those dating sites that we all go for. Most of the Filipino women over here, they want a Filipino man. Just like most black women, they want a black man. Most white women want a white man. Most French women want a French man. Australia, same thing. They're no different over here. But when we come over there with the conquering attitude, thinking all women want us over here, no, it's not true. There's only a select few women who's decided, hey, I'm going to sell my soul to the devil. I'm going to, date and marry an 80-year-old man, and I'm 22. Because a lot of women over here, they wouldn't be seen with you anywhere, under any conditions. They're not going to fall like that. But we're so full of ourselves. These other channels got y'all so full of yourself. Got the nerve to tell you that money has nothing to do with it. I would keep scrolling. Any channel that tells me that. Because it's a lie. Don't mean that the women aren't good. It doesn't mean they don't have morals and values. Okay? Go look at that movie and then come back and talk to me. That movie was 33 years ago. And they could have made it it's like they made it yesterday. Oh, okay. Mickey D's is McDonald's. Yeah. Yeah. Congratulations, man, because that happens, man. You obviously either have a good conversation or you're very attractive for her to have wanted to talk to you. Because remember, women that work in Mickey D's, they have a profile on the dating site. See, that's when you know, hey, have I really found somebody different? You might meet her at the mall. She might be an 8, 9, or 10. But does she have a profile on the dating site? And if she does, then you haven't done anything different than what we're doing. You just called her at work instead of online. Yeah, he lost his life, man, and I feel sorry for him, man. This happened because he was a good guy, obviously, because him and his wife, his Filipino wife, they came here to adopt her sister's 2 children. The adoption it went through, they were only here to pick up the children and take them back to America. So he was a good guy. Most of the men you see over here are. But I would have bought that damn beer and got on out of there. You can call me whatever you want to call me, but you're going to be able to call me in the morning. I'm not going to wake up dead over here over 120 pesos. Man, you guys got to know when to fold them, man. BR says, be prepared for your Filipino to tell her family everything, about you. They will only hear her side too. Absolutely. I mean, we can have that discussion all day. You're always going to be on the outside. I'm telling you, man, it shocked me. Okay, when me and my wife split up. And remember, my wife left. I did not leave her. She left me and my son. She was afraid to lose her visa. She got on that plane with no job, with no place to stay, and went back over there. If she would have stayed here, we'd still be together. Okay. But that's a big if. But when they knew we split up, all they knew of was, oh, I was with somebody else. So now I'm the bad guy. And her brother threatened me. He's in the army. And that always shocked me, man. I was shocked. I'm like, all these years, 10 years, man, all the birthday parties, all the outings at the beach, everything, all the Balik bandboxes, all the liquor I would bring over here, because I don't drink, for him and his buddies and all that. And man, he threatened me. And I could not believe it, man. I could not believe that. It hurt me. It hurts me today. But that's just how it is. Okay, so you can be the exception if you want. Remember, that's their sister, that's their auntie, that's their daughter. Okay, they're going to take her side. You know, hey, what time's it, Travels? Thanks for that super sticker. I just try to share my experiences with you guys, good and bad. We're just having a conversation. That's all. You're not going to listen to anything I say anyway. 99% of you guys, it's just entertainment, hearing me go crazy on here and talk all silly and stuff, right? Because you're going to do exactly what you want to do, exactly what Alan did. Oh, my girl's different. I'm different. I'm going to send the money no matter what. Yeah, Calvin's wrong. I met the first that I met. Boom. Okay. T. Williams said people will always choose a family over you, even though their daughter's in the wrong. Yeah, I mean, I promise you guys, I still love my wife at that time. It's been 5 years, guys. It's not like it was yesterday. You know, and I couldn't convince her to stay. Like, you know, why are you going over there? You're not going to lose even if you lose your visa, we'll be able to get it back as long as we're married. You don't have that to worry about. But she's listening to her friends over there. Oh, if you're out of the country for what, over 11 consecutive months, you're going to lose it. She jumped the gun because now she couldn't know, but hell, here comes COVID. No way they're going to take your visa. But she couldn't see down the line that far. Nobody saw that coming. But hell, we just applied for it again. But I guarantee you they would not have done that. Joe Slothire says, if you would have bought the beers, I'd be calling you wise. You have to know when to let it go. You do. But these Chads and Brads over here talking crazy to people, thinking they run the Philippines, thinking they own it over here. And I've seen some dads do it too. You know, sit your ass down, man. Respect the people and their culture. You ain't got to win all the time. You know, you ain't got to win all the time. Thinking they're the exception. Okay? Because most of the Brads, they'll have a middle-aged Filipina that's still 20 or 30 years younger than them. And then they're going to talk about the men over here who have younger women. It's all the same. They're with us for all the same reasons. You came over here for the same damn reason, but they want to be the exception for some reason. They always want to think that they're above you. This is the attitude I don't like. That's why I don't fool with them. This is exactly why I stay away from them. I can see them from a mile away. Thinking they better, thinking they over here, you know. She wants me for my good looks and DNA. She wants a mixed child so that they can be in the movies and win beauty contests. Damn it, go up in Pampanga and see how many of them is up there left to starve. Don't give me that crap, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Keep it simple. Come here and have a good time. Don't overthink it. You're probably going to meet somebody anyway. uh Delta Chris says, Calvin, I'm shocked that your brother-in-law threatened you. Gee, but I can understand the family thinking. Yeah, because remember the guy just said it, BR. They're only getting her side of the story. I promise you, man, I didn't do anything. Man, me and my wife had a great relationship. We never argued, we never fought. We was together for 10 years. We could have been together for another 10. You know, that's why when these guys get on here, I've been with my wife for 10, 15 years. Man, with the right Filipino, man, that's like standing on your head. That's so easy to get along with. That's you can stay there. As long as you want to stay there, it's going to stay together. Okay. She's the one wanting to go back. Man, I wasn't ready to go back. I wasn't in any shape to go back. I gave all my business away, told all my clients, look, I'm done. Thank you for your business over the years. Here's customer service. Here's agents that can help you. I'm out of there. Sold my BMW, gave up the house that we were renting because people were in line to rent that house. Just did it all, gave away everything I had. But they don't understand that. That's the cultural differences. So I'm supposed to just get on a plane with you. We have no place to stay. Okay? No, no, no. I'm sorry. But they get her side of the story. Okay? Because she's concocted something in her mind that, I'm going to do 6 months over there and 6 months over here. No, you're not. I'm not going to do a day by myself. Okay? If you want to go over there, okay, goodbye, because I know what's going to happen. Ryan the Eating Warrior, thank you, man. This is perfect right here. He said, men shaming other men for doing the same thing are joke. And that's what they do. They want you to think that their dirt is cleaner than your dirt. And that's what they do. You see the vloggers doing it. You'll see the men over here that you're talking to in the bar doing it. Everybody wants to be so self-righteous. And I'm like, man, why can't you just come over here and have a good time? Leave people alone. You know, mind your own business. And just, live your life. That's not enough because they haven't gotten that out of their system yet. After they get it out of their system, they're over here for a while and they see that, it doesn't work like that over here. People don't really care what you think over here. Just keep paying the bills. They calm down. But you can tell the ones that just get over here, everything's a big deal. Okay, they're pointing fingers at everybody. They're putting everybody down. I'm better than you. My pension is more. Didn't we just have a discussion the last live stream about these experts? You don't have enough money to be over here anyway. You're too old. She only, she's using you. They do all that stuff over here. Yeah, Chad and Brad. And then the Stads over here. These are the black guys. They're going to go out of their way to prove that they're not like other black guys. They're not even black, period. And they come with that same bullshit. My wife's with me because she loves me. Okay, and she loves what you can do for her. Good morning, Mr. Cal. Keep it simple, survival. I thought about you when I made this title too. But let's get back to some simple stuff here, guys. Really. Don't complicate this place. Don't overthink it. How complicated is it to buy a local SIM card and register it for your phone? It's real simple. They make it so simple, man. I don't like to use the word easy because easy is subjective. And some people have the damnedest time. They can't even do that. We had the damnedest time getting, there was a guy came here and visited me. He bought a SIM card, but all he did was load it. He never registered it. So it wasn't working. And if you don't know, now if you come to the Philippines, they've got a new law that you have to register the SIM card before they ever work. So we went to the mall right here in Gasano Mall. And the lady couldn't get it registered. So she used her own information and got it registered for him. But it's a simple process. If you can't do it, it's best to do it right when you get in the country, because they're going to ask for some things that you're still going to have handy. Your passport, your return ticket. Okay, those are the two main things, and an address. They're going to ask for those three, and that's how you register your SIM card. But it's really, really simple. So is filing for an extension in immigration. Keep it simple, guys. Don't complicate it. It's not difficult to do that. If you know you're going to be here over 30 days, when you're here about 21 days, go ahead and go to immigration office. Or if there's a immigration service, that makes it even simpler and even easier. Now you're going to pay them. JRC is who I use, 1,000 pesos. I wish I'd have started them from the beginning. And I don't get paid anything for promoting them, but they do a heck of a job. Because you go to Dumaguete, which is where I go, it's a clusterfuck at that immigration, man. I'd be laughing at guys because I go in there, man, and they already got my information. All I gotta do, they got my picture, they got the copy of my passport, my ACR card. They fill out all the work for you. All they do is say, print here and sign over it. That's it. I'm out of there. I come back the next day and get my passport. And those guys are still standing in line because the office is right next door. All for just 1,000 pesos. But they don't want to listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. Man, you better spend that 1,000 pesos every 2 months. And then if you qualify for the 6 months, you're going to give them 1,000 pesos every 6 months. If you're that cheap, then you need to stand in that line. And see, remember, they already got, if you go to Dumaguete by yourself, now I haven't been there in a long time. I always use the service. When I did it before, you need 2 passport photos, and they send you through all this crazy stuff. You got to jump through all these hoops, even though the paperwork is simple. I don't know, and they're not talking about me. They're not, okay? We get along. They're one of the few channels that get along with me. So no, they're not talking about me. I saw that video. All they were doing was talking about my interview with Alan. So come on, man, with all this. See what I'm saying, guys? Find something better to do with your time, man, than this, okay? These nuts says, I saw a mixed race Filipino Aryan in Davao selling ice treats for nothing. Mixed race doesn't guarantee success. Wait, that's the memo that Chad and Brad got. That they're in demand over here. So they scrounge up a few $1,000s and fly over here. Bankroll on fumes. And then when it don't work out, they blame it on the Philippines. And so all they do is have negative videos about the Philippines or a negative opinion about the Philippines. But they think the women want them for their good looks and their DNA so they can raise some movie star kids and their kids are going to win Miss Universe, right? Not realizing that the first 2 Miss Universes were pure-blooded Filipinas. Okay? Miss Philippines has won 4 times. But they'll say, oh, yeah, the Miss Universe is half Filipino, half European. Not the first 2. History matters. Okay? But that's the story they're going to give you. Yeah, it says a real man, retired 2019, says a real man mans his own business and don't judge others. None of us are innocent. That's right. My dirt is no cleaner than your dirt. But don't try to put me down for being over here. You didn't come over here for the culture. You're a damn lie. You're here for the same reason I am. It doesn't matter how old that woman is. If you're 70 and she's 45, what makes you think you're doing any better than the guy who's 60 and his woman's 25. You're not doing any better. But you're over here for the same reason. Well, they all say that. They're lying. Cedric Johnson is like guys that say they never give a woman any money. Right. She doesn't have any money, or she doesn't have enough money to make a difference. That period. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you just got to know when to fold them, guys. You got to know when to fold it. You got to know when to let it go and let that tough guy stuff go, man. I promise you. Rico XXX says blood is definitely thicker than water in their culture. It absolutely is. And if you don't learn nothing else, you better learn that. You see, I mean, I got a great relation. I've always had a great relationship with the 3 women that I've dealt with over here. Okay, seriously, had serious relationships with. Y'all see in Cebu, I built the houses up there. I could go up there right now and eat dinner with them. Okay, but I don't know but while my son was there, I could not take him off that mountain. True story. I could not take him off that mountain because of something she said. And even though they've been knowing me all those years, okay, she told them don't let me take him out of their sight, and I never was able to. Now, I come 8,000 miles. I've got my son, his brother, with me. I'm at the condo with the nice pool and everything. I say, hey, can I come and get him? Or will somebody bring him down here? And I'm in Cebu. Guess what the response was? That's too far. Okay. So, yeah, y'all can keep up with all that stuff. I've had great relations. Don't think that if me and Marilyn split up, that they're going to keep on being happy with me and I'm going to be the good guy. After a while, I will, because they'll, the cream rises to the top. You can't fake for 15 years. There's nothing bad about me, man. I know how to respect people. I was raised better than that. Brock's 100 national parks to visit in the USA says, what you buy the family doesn't equal success of the man. I don't know what you're talking about. He says 1,000 Filipino pesos is $18. It's well worth it, especially if you're in Cebu or Manila. I mean, you don't have to do it because it's simple. The process of immigration is simple, but my time means something now. I don't have the patience to sit around and wait, because even if you don't use them, wherever you go, you're going to have to leave your passport there and either wait or go and come back. But it's a simple process. Ted Robinson says, you're right, Calvin. Do not make simple things a big deal. Because it's simple over here. That's why I like the Philippines. I'm simple. And I don't use the word easy, but it is simple. Don't complicate it. Okay. Meeting women on a dating site is simple. Now, getting rid of them is complicated. Moving in with them is complicated. Getting married to them is complicated. Applying for the visa is complicated, but meeting women on dating sites over here is simple. It's a very simple process. But be careful what you wish for, because you're certainly going to get it. What time is the child saying, hey, Cal, you saved me a lot of money listening to you, man. My woman is a simple lady. Our problem is our Western mindsets makes it difficult for most men to succeed over here. It does. We're the problem. It's not them. We overspend 100% of the time trying to be better than the next man. Trying to impress a woman that doesn't even need impressing. She's already impressed that you would fly all this way over here just to see her. Okay, when the man next door is not even paying her any attention. My son's mother was beautiful. I'm not saying by anybody's, man, when we used to go to immigration, the foreigners would look at her up and down. She was one of those. She was a dime, okay? No one over here ever told her she was beautiful but me and her mother. But it's our thinking over here that messes everything up. I mean, it's us. We're the ones who do it. Hey, Dean Johnson said, "Good morning. Is your grade 5 game over?" It's not. I just have to pick my times to do it, Dean. Ted Robinson says, "It's true that you can extend the visa online?" Yes. Sam McCall just did it the other day. Now, I'm not going to trust it yet. Well, this is the guy. This is the guy who wants to take me to lunch. Jack Wolfinger. Now he's going to tell you the truth. Retired from the military. Retired. I think civil service. He says, if you are honest and live in the Philippines with a woman, wife, or not, we are all the same. Support her and the family, and we are together for the same reasons. See, this is why I fuck with you, Jack, because you tell the truth. I mean, what's wrong with that? But to come over here and think you somehow better than me, that your dirt is cleaner than mine, that's what makes you look stupid. To tell people, oh, don't listen to me, he's not telling the truth. Don't leave with your wallet when you don't have a choice a lot of times. You're not a spring chicken anymore. And what's going to make this beautiful, young, attractive woman even be interested in you if it wasn't for your money? If you didn't have something like that going on. But our shit don't stink. We put ourselves up way up here where we don't belong. And then when somebody like me brings you down to earth, they get mad. Now, you're no different than anybody else. I don't care what you think. You over here, I know why you're here. And you're doing the same thing I'm doing. Grumpy Dubrand says, Cal, I hope my next Filipino accepts me for my money and personality, because if my looks is the deciding factor, then I'm totally pooched. I love the Philippines. I don't need true love, only companionship. See, here's another man. Here's the reason why I fuck with him. He said exactly what I said on the video yesterday. He got Chad or Brad so hyped up. I said, for some of us, we don't have a choice. And then today I said, some men don't care. We know what the deal is over here. We know what the game is over here. You're not fooling yourself. I mean, we're too full of ourselves over here to think that a woman in her prime, 20, 22, 25, you saw that woman, Joy. You didn't see her in person. She was a dime, man. And you think that one of you old crusty fuckers is going to come over here and get her hand in marriage or whatever just because of what you look like, or because you got a certain DNA? Get out of your mind. As shy as she was, she knows the game. Now, I talked to her behind the camera. She knows the damn game. But I'm not even going to, I don't even do video interviews like that no more. You know, I ain't ever asked her, hey, you ever dealt with a foreign? It's none of my business. I want y'all to see something else. The YouTube is full of all that. How to please a Filipino, what Filipinos want. I could tell you that, but y'all don't want it from me. Y'all want to hear that same stuff over and over from them. I don't have any breast. I'm going to put on a bikini. But if you, one thing these women are true about, they're telling you the game. If you're listening and paying attention, that's the credit I give them. They're not playing. Okay? But some guys have gotten tired of that. I had a buddy, man, his first name is Lewis. He could live anywhere in the world. He moved down in Duval. He's like, man, I'm tired of that. I can't deal with this game that they're playing. You know, he said he met a woman over here that had 2 kids and wanted him to jump through hoops to be with her. See, she caught him at the wrong time. Maybe 15 more years later, he would have put up with it. But now he's like, nah, that's okay. And he moved to Thailand. That's just true facts, man. Some guys, you got to catch us at the right time when we're in a stage in our life where we don't give a damn. We're already established. We can see through your game. It's clear as day. Okay, you got to catch us then. Then we'll go for all that, for the okie doke. But if you catch us a day sooner than that, we're gonna balk, man. We're not gonna put up with it. Not for long. Okay, once you empty our balls, we're going somewhere else because people, they can't sleep at night. Every man that comes over here, he wants to pee, okay? But it doesn't mean he's going to put up with all the rest of the stuff that comes along with it. Some guys are like, no, I don't want that. I'm going to Brazil. I'm going somewhere else. Because there's a lot of drama that we deal with when we deal with the women that we deal with. And I always keep saying that. I want you to understand the women that we deal with, not all Philippines. This is the women we deal with don't even scratch the surface of all the women over here. Okay? Hold on, guys. I got to answer this to let him know. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. That's the guy came here to meet me. I'm going to have to get off here, guys, but let me get these last two things before I get off here. Finding a place to eat is simple. The malls are full of restaurants, and the Philippines is full of malls. Don't complicate it. You're only going to be here for 2 weeks or a month or something like that. Don't come over talking about the people's food and all that. It's real easy to find a Western style meal over here. Don't complicate it. And buying food in the grocery store. If you don't want to go to the restaurant, it's real simple. The prices are clearly marked. Now, when you go to the mall, the marketplace and all of that, that's different. But yeah, guys, before I get over here, come over here, man, and enjoy yourself. Have a good time. Don't overthink it. You don't have to get married. You don't have to get engaged. You don't have to make a commitment. All right? And don't come over here in some delusion. We know why you're here. Because there's a lot of other places in between where you live and the Philippines that you could go to if that wasn't the case. But you got the same memo that we all got. There's an easier, softer way over here. So we find the path of least resistance, right? Ain't that human nature? That's what we do. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you come over here, don't try to look down on the people. Don't think you're better than, because there's two sides of that unspoken agreement. That's all I'm saying. So you Chads, Thads, and Brads that are out there, y'all going to see them when you come over here. I'm not just yapping. And you'll go online and you'll see them. Some of them got YouTube channels. They want you to think they're better than you. That their dirt is cleaner than your dirt. It's not. That they're over here because the woman wants them for their good looks and their DNA. Stop with that foolishness, okay? And if I've been over here 2 weeks and some guy who's never been over here, I can help him, guys. Don't discredit these guys out here trying to help y'all, okay? Trying to, give you some advice, give you some suggestions, because they're not these experts. So thank y'all so much for your super chats, your super stickers, all your thumbs up, man, all your support of Sunshine Shoulders. Hey, thanks, Big Dog. You said get a burger on me. I appreciate all your support, man. Look for my video with my members only. We had another members only live stream. It's getting better. I even put a nice video on my Patreon, because some of these places I can really give you the nitty gritty. This next video, I'm going to do it, without disrespecting anybody, without putting anybody down. But I'm going to tell you the truth. A lot of men are bypassing Filipinas now They're saying it's not worth it, man. It's not worth all the drama. It's not worth all the long trips over there. It's just not worth it. If that's all she's going to bring to the table, I can get that in Brazil. I can get that in Mexico. I can get that in the DR. Why would it come all the way over there? See, that's what I'm going to talk about. Because it's the truth. People say, one guy said the other day, oh, so many men, you vloggers, y'all done messed it up, he said. It's so many men stumbling over each other. No, we're not. At the peak, the Philippines had 8 million visitors in 2019. 1 million Americans, and they weren't all thirsty men. Like I said, they were gay. Some were gay. Some were here adventurers, really. Some were married. Some were women. And then, yeah, you had your thirsty men. Hey, thanks, Rand, the Eden Warrior. Hey, Sperling Edwards, my buddy in Bacala. Thanks for that super chaser. Excellent points today. Great show. Thank you, man. I appreciate y'all. Take care, because I'm going to get over here. I don't want him waiting. He actually drove an hour and a half. So these guys, these Chads and Thads and Brads on here saying that, trying to discredit me, to saying I'm not relevant, that's bullshit. Okay? Take care, everybody.